Super 9000's game room.
So many games had the word super stuck on the front. I suppose it's only natural. Part of it was a marketing gimmick, obviously a way to let people know that this machine was so far beyond the last one that not only did the machine need the super title, the games you would be playing on it also required that label. Unfortunately, a lot of games didn't live up to their super title. Largely I feel it was because some companies felt that they could give you the same experience as they had on the NES with just upgraded graphics thrown on top. Super Metroid has the added super title and the added super graphics, but it also has so much more than that going for it. Every facet of the game, graphics, sound, presentation and gameplay, I think they've been worked on and polished to an absolute shine. And I think that the game stands as a prime example of what needs to be done to take a game from one generation to the next successfully, instead of just dragging the game onto the new platform in a lazy effort to ride on the shoulders of past glory. I think that part of the beauty of this game is that you start off with very little power. Sure, you can shoot and move around, but there's always something getting in your way, an area you can't reach, a door you can't open, a puzzle you don't quite have the pieces to solve yet. It is always obvious when a dead end is not really a dead end, when you're just lacking the tools you need to progress. So you carry on, you do what you can do, pressing forward in whatever direction you can manage, and you wait until you have something that you didn't have before, until you can do things you couldn't do before, and then you think of all the places that had been dead ends, and you go back there and you use this new item or new power, and you find a new path forward. Yes, this means that you do backtrack a little, and that you are running backwards and forwards through previously explored areas, but it is all done in such a masterful way that you never feel like you're being sent on pointless errands, like you do in some games. Nope, this game is made in such an amazing way that you feel like an explorer one moment, and then the next moment, when the current puzzles are solved and the way has been found, you'll be met with a different kind of challenge, a challenge you need to shoot your way out of, and then the game will make you feel like a hero. There are so many secrets in this game, so many little extras, missile tanks, energy tanks, that you can get if you just look hard enough. The game's an absolute masterpiece in atmosphere, the graphics really set the stage, they are somehow stylistic, functional and immersive all at the same time. And the soundtrack for me is not just a good game soundtrack, it has the quality which I think can be held up amongst some of the best movie soundtracks. All of this would mean nothing if the game did not play well. The game plays amazingly. It has that perfect quality where you always feel in complete control of your on-screen actions, and any hit you take feels like it's down to an error on your part and not due to any fault on behalf of the game's engine or hit detection. When a player gets really good at this game, watching them play it is like watching a form of video game ballet, as they gracefully flip through the air, land, turn and shoot. Picking this game up again to have a go to review it was a pure pleasure. I resisted doing a big game like this too early during my Super Nintendo review series though, because a lot of people will have already played it themselves, and even those who have not played it will have probably watched some video or read some article about the greatness of this game. Many other people have said it before, probably a lot of them have possibly done a better job than me. This game to me is a 10 out of 10. I could talk all day, but by the end that would still be the point I'd end up making. This is more than just a game, it is a pretty much flawless video game experience, one which, if for some reason you've not played yet, then I implore you to give it a go. I've made sure that I've only shown early parts of the game in this review because I think you need to experience the story of the game and the way it plays out yourself, because it really is one of those games where you'll feel hooked into the narrative and you'll want to know what you're going to get next, where you're going to go next, and ultimately how it all ends. The price of this game, even for cartridge only, is often expensive. I only own it because I brought a PAL UK cart from a market back when the GameCube was first coming out, before the price of second-hand SNES games went through the roof. I actually only spent like £2 on it if memory serves. When I recently looked at the sort of prices the game was going for, the cheapest loose PAL carts I could find were around £30, with some going for a lot more. I could also see a fair number of reproduction carts, which does muddy the waters a little, because I do wonder how many are good enough reproductions that they've passed for real in some cases. I'm not anti-reproduction, but I do worry about people trying to fraudulently pass these repos off as real. Last time I talked about this game, I said that rather than grabbing a cart, you could download the game on the Wii U for under £7, and that you could then spend a whole bunch of money on other virtual console games. Things have changed a little bit now the Switch is the new Nintendo console. SNES titles are no longer for sale in the eShop, but it is playable on the Switch if you subscribe to their online service and use the SNES app. Super Metroid is not a massively long game, even if you only played it for 30 minutes a night. A 3-month subscription for £7 will give you plenty of time to finish it. But I do still think that there are a lot of good modern Metroidvania style games worth looking into, such as the Guacamelee titles SteamWorld Dig 1 and 2. If you want to play Super Metroid on an actual SNES, then I do think, even if it commands a high price, this is one game that's certainly worth it. But if you can emulate it, or EverDrive it, or use the online subscription on your Switch, then these are all good ways to enjoy this fantastic game. In this case, I would say the important thing is play this game. It doesn't matter where, you should just really play this game because it's an absolute work of art. Okay, this is Kerr9000 signing off. Keep on gaming.